Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's jump into the game here. We have a little bit more investigating to do. So we've talked about as much as we can. Let's have a look at the court record stuff. We last time got into Gant's office, and he was very much like, please leave, and very suspicious about it. So we've got, I don't know who we can talk to next. Let's see what you have to say here. You don't have anything to say here. Okay. Let's go back to the detention center. Can we show you this? Have we showed you this already? Yeah. We have showed you that already. Okay. Right, let's just go see who we can find. Oh, we've got something new at Criminal Affairs. Cool. That saves me a job. February 24th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I've got to make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I've got to admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. Yeah, we need to get in there somehow. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Okay, so there's probably something we can present to him. Let's try the photo. No. Okay. Just gonna try random stuff. I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. I think people are accusing him of injustice. I for one ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah. It was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know? After all, a serial killer was on the loose. But Lena was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark guilty. Can't talk about that. Okay. Can't present that one. About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. I think we've had this conversation before as well. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. Like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. It's almost like it's in that photo that you won't talk to me about. Chief Camp. Where could I have seen that before? But then we can't present this. That's what I find annoying, is like I've made a connection there that the game hasn't, like... not that the game doesn't think I should make, but isn't supported by the game, I guess. And I haven't made the connection the game wants me to. That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 PM. Aha, I found it. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 777777777. That's 17 too many, Detective. I don't know if I did too many. Executive officer. Huh. I might just have a hunch. And we can't talk about that. But that's potentially something that we didn't have before. I don't know. I'm forgetting at this point. Can we go anywhere? No, because you've got to do everything in a really weird order here. Got to go to the parking lot. Then we've got to go... Okay, we can go to the High Prosecutors. Can we present you the list of things? No. Oh. Hang on, let me present that and read it out this time. It seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. Hey, don't look at me. Yes, I went into the evidence room on the day of the crime. Chief Gant asked me to do something. To take evidence from a case solved 6 months ago back to the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? That room's always dark and I was in a hurry. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay. I think we've done this one already, but we'll try it again. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Okay, yeah, we have had this one before. Blah blah blah. Yeah, because that got us the King of Prosecutors trophy thing. Okay. Where else can we go? Because it's not going to let us back into the evidence room now. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm already stuck. I said I might run out of ideas pretty quickly last time. Because everyone we can talk to, we've had 4 responses from, and that's been fairly standard up until this point. Like 4 being the maximum you can have. We can try presenting this here. No. And I don't think we can do anything here. No. Yeah, I don't know. This is worth a try as well. Nope. Like, there's something that I'm missing presenting to someone and I don't know what it is. And I know I've run into this before and had to look it up. But short of just, like, going and talking to everyone and presenting every single piece of evidence to them, I'm not sure I'm going to figure it out, so I might look it up again, in which case I'm going to pause the recording again real quick, and I'll be back in a second once I've had a look at what the next step could be. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is literally like 1 minute later. I've figured out, well, not figured out, I have found what I need to do, which I'm not sure, especially having taken a break between recording last episode and this one, and not figuring it out in the moment, I'm not sure I would have figured out how to do. So, I think we can get there through here. We need to find something. We need to examine this, which I did not remember was there whatsoever. So I would have been floundering for a bit if I hadn't looked that up. So let's have a look. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Damn. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. Mr. Edgeworth, none of it's your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Letter of resignation put into pocket. And that's what we were missing. Can we talk to him about anything else? No. Okay. So there was... The game mentioned showing something to Gumshoe, so maybe that's what it was. How do we get there? God, this is... I hope in future games they improve the movement system, because it's not the most intuitive. Because he cares a lot about Edgeworth, right? So let's try this. What does it say? Oh, it just... Due to recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as a public prosecutor. He really wrote a resignation letter. Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise. Still, it wasn't his fault. Someone has to be held responsible, that's how it is in the grown-up world. Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits. Well, not everyone sees it that way. To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life for no pay. That's one tough grown-up world, then. Damn, yeah, I don't want to live in that world. If it's all the same with you, Emma. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. Now that we're boyfriends, happy pride. I'll leave my headcanons out of this, I guess. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card. You can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret that I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, Detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into pocket. Okay. And that should allow us into the Chief's office again. February 24th, Police Department, Chief's office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We made it in. Well, immediately I see that there's a safe there. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Ah! Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Oh no. Hey, don't do that to my card. Uh-oh. Can we talk to him about anything in here? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now, come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. We can talk about stuff, okay. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lena. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No sir, this is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So, ever since Lena left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah. You wouldn't be, no. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. But sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Oh, we can't. Okay. Alright, it's time to examine everything and anything that we can find. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armour and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The Chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armour. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows? The Chief may be hiding in this armour as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay. If you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. Input number. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Input code. Hell yeah. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on that record. What?
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yes, please. That was my next course of action.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's a
shard from a broken cup.
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? It's almost like we've got an entire ass vase in our pockets that fits this description. There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now.
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective.
Is there a relevancy option? No. But there is this.
Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one, that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells.
Oh, bless him.
Let's see if it fits.
Assemble fragments. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it will prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Oh, okay. There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But, hey guys, get a load of this.
What is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Unstable jar updated in the court record. Cool. I'm guessing this is the reddish line. Let's have a look at it. Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here. Looks like blood. This piece the chief has is different though. Blood stains on the other pieces are just spots. But this one's a line. That is odd. Okay, we're not going to get anything further from that. I wonder if there's anything we can present to get the... Well, maybe this one?
If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you?
Don't be so negative, Detective. We do want you to share your information, though.
Oh, who am I fooling? I've never had anything useful to share to begin with.
Oh. Oh, got to stay positive. Okay. I don't know what we can present to get the leather. Maybe this one.
I can't believe Officer Marshall would do something like that.
You know Officer Marshall?
Of course I do, he was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus.
Really?
He said, "Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles."
Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus.
Hard to believe he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh no. Okay, we can't. Can we present this? Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, Detective.
Alright, go to town, sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. I was right, okay.
Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humour?
It's a bit rushed for time at the minute. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mum? I don't have to be told 1,000,000 times. Alright, let's get this over with. Oh. We have to choose a specific finger, I forgot. Do you think this is good enough yet? I think we need a bit more up here. I think that about covers it. Yep. Works. Okay, it's not Gant's fingerprint. Not Meakin's. Not Marshall. Not quite Goodman's. Not Gumshoe's. Not Lena's. That's Emma's. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I don't know what that means yet. No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst. Hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here, maybe you should hold on to this.
Piece of cloth folded and added to the court record. Okay. We've examined all of 2 things in this room so far. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armour from here...
But first, Chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Really? Why didn't he?
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two. I was just... that was not his voice. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long.
That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-sized list of evidence. The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. Let's have a look at that.
Well, was I any help?
Yes, you were. Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. There's nothing else that we can examine in this room, apparently. I think this is moving the story forwards now. Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Ah!
Chief Gant!
We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective.
Do you mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But, sir...
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
Oh no. Gumshoe. Hey, you can come work for me. We'll be on our way too then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright. I'm not going unless she can come with me. Oh, okay. I guess I don't get a choice in that. Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it would be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. This is the game saying, for the love of God, go talk to Lena. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of? What's this person's name? This is Chief Gam. Part of me really wants to click on Gumshoe, but it's Chief Gam. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offences. Why is it, though, that the Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was... me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. I think it's this. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmise. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Except she didn't murder Detective Goodman still. She took his corpse, like, she's involved in the case and, like, at least in real life would be probably aiding and abetting, whether following orders or not, but I think he was already dead. Because I think Chief Gant murdered him in the evidence room. And then told Lena to take the corpse and stage the killing. Quote-unquote killing for someone to catch her. Like, I think that's what's happened. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details. I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body, yeah. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Yeah, okay. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... you saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have had a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lena's innocence. It would actually, yeah. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But, Lena, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lena's demons. We've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the Chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. And that is where we are going to finish up for this episode. Let's save. Cool. So we've got the final day in the trial. I'm not sure how long the next episode will be. This will either be 1 or 2 more episodes, depending. Because if I get, I'll do the full, trial former. And then if I get to the break and I'm like, yeah, it's not been that long, then I'll keep going. If I get to the break and it's been it's been an hour and a half, then I'll split it into 2 episodes. But the next couple of episodes will be the last 2, hopefully. If I'm proven wrong again, it does say final day this time, so fingers crossed that's a bit more of an accurate end point to try and aim for. But thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I will hopefully see you all in the next episode, which could be the last one or could be the second to last one, where we will try and figure out everything that happened and how Emma's connected to the case somehow. Which, I mean, she was the intended victim of Joe Dark, but yeah, I don't quite know what happened. I'm trying to think about it in my head, and it's not quite clicking yet, so I'm sure we'll figure that out next time. But thank you for watching, I really appreciate it, and I will, hopefully see you again soon. Bye-bye.